So, hi everyone. Just taking you through the binomial distribution sheet that I will upload to Moodle so you can actually work on some problems using the binomial distribution. You can see on the screen there's a spreadsheet. It's called Statistical Functions in Excel, and it's got a number of different sheets in it. So if you want to use the binomial distribution part, you need to click on the sheet at the bottom. That's down here, binomial distribution down here. The sheet contains all you need to be able to do a number of problems in binomial distribution. It contains a little image of the formula in the top left corner there up here. But the main things you need to know is that the binomial needs you to input two main pieces of information, and that is the likelihood, the probability of success, whatever it happens to be, 0.5 both directions for a fair coin, and also how many flips you're going to actually make, how many times you're going to carry out that Bernoulli experiment, flipping the coin or looking for a success or failure in any kind of other system. And you can change both of those parameters, both the number of flips and the probability. In the sheet that I've given you, if you click in C6, that is the place where you type in the probability of success. So in this case, it's got 0.5 in there. And in the cell just underneath it, that is the number of flips that you're going to do with your coin. So there are four possible outcomes you should recall. Both could be heads, there could be a head and a tail, or a tail and a head, or there could be two tails. Now what my spreadsheet does is it uses some of the excellent features of Excel to illustrate what is happening. So over here in A7, the number of possible combinations is going to be 2 to the power of the number of flips. That's why it's called a binomial distribution. So in this case, with 2 flips, there are 4 possible combinations. Now underneath, what I've done is I've used the N choose C type thing, which is combinations. So each of these cells here is going to calculate how many successes there are. So here I've got 0 successes. Here there's 1 success, and here there's 2 successes. Those are the possibilities you got. You're either going to get no heads, or 1 head, or 2 heads. Over here, this uses the combination formula. You can see up there in the bar there, I've got the combination formula, picks up the value of C7, which you recall is the number of flips, and then it picks up the success, which is in B10 on the actual spreadsheet there. So B10 currently is 0 successes. So the formula takes the flips, the number of successes, and it calculates the number of ways you can be successful. Okay, 0 is always going to give you a 1 on the side there. 1 success, 1 head and 1 tail, or 1 tail and 1 head. There are 2 possible ways that can happen, and that's shown over here, and then back down to the other side. So totaling 4 altogether. To get this little graph, I've used a feature of Excel called conditional formatting, and in this case all of the area down to the bottom, and it goes down a little bit further than the area I'm selecting there, all of that is formatted using what are called data bars, where you can actually select a range of cells and it will look at the biggest number in that range and set up a little graph accordingly. So it's not a separate chart, it's a piece of formatting within the cell which you can look at, and there are a variety of different ways you can do that. You see I can change it, you can see the color changing as I whiz around all over the place like that. Don't change anything, otherwise you'll break the spreadsheet. Okay, so that's just showing you that's a piece of conditional formatting. Right, what we can do now is we can just show you what happens when you increase the number of flips. I'll make it now 3 flips and press enter, and the whole thing updates itself. So here there are 8, 2 to the power 3 is 8, and it breaks down in a pattern we've seen before, 1, 3, 3, 1. We saw that in the video about the binomial. Now there are 4 possible ways things can happen. no heads, one head, two heads, and three heads. Up here now, we're actually using the binomial distribution function inside Excel. It's up here in the bar there, and it calculates the probability of each one. So the probability of there being two successes is 0.3750. Next to it, there's the cumulative possibilities. So that's adding up as you go along. 0.125 for 0, and by the time you reach the end, it's 1.0, exactly what you would expect. This bit over here is a way of measuring the variance. We're not going to study that part of it, so you can ignore that for now. Just to say that the variance of a binomial distribution is given by multiplying n times p times q. We're not going to study that part, so you don't need to worry. It's there for completeness on a deeper study of the binomial formula. So let me just now make it say 5 flips of the coin, and the whole thing updates itself to show you what the possibilities are. Okay. Now, we can change the probability from it being a fair coin, or some researchers found that the probability of success is 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. We change that to 0.6 up here. 0.6. Tap it. You can see now what changes. First of all, this bit doesn't change. The combinations remain exactly the same. That part isn't going to change because we've kept the number of flips the same. But what you should see now is that the probabilities are changing over here. If you increase the probability of success from 0.5 to 0.6, then clearly there's going to be a higher probability of success, which is what the charts over here show. You can see the success has pulled more towards the higher successes side. And the cumulative again shows you that building up as you go down through the system. Let me just add 10 flips now, because I want to show you why you need a computer to do this stuff. When you get to 10 flips, 1024 possibilities, and they break down like this. Okay, one on either side, nice symmetrical thing, 252 in the middle. These are a massive calculation, which is why I'm giving you the spreadsheet. And now the probability of success changes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At some point I might explain how I achieved that effect in Excel, but it's not important for you to know at the moment. And once again here you can see how the probabilities are calculated. If I change the probability of success to 0.75, you should see a shift towards the success end, which you quite clearly can. You can see down here there's more successes because the probability of success that we put into the spreadsheet is higher. All right, I will upload that spreadsheet and you will get a chance to use it to help answer some of the questions that I'm also going to upload. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.